Hey guys, and welcome to another video, and welcome to episode 18 of my F1 2017 Sauber career mode. So we start off the episode with some bad news. Our development part failed in the update we did the last race, and well, it's a real shame. Our first time actually this year that we had this, so pretty bad to see. And as we go in this practice session now, I just want to say my thoughts are with all the Mexican people who recently had the big earthquake. I just we're praying for them, and I hope everything goes well. And yeah, we are in the Mexican Grand Prix today, so just to commemorate them, decided to something like this. So let's all pray for them, and let's pray that the Mexican Grand Prix will still be held. I think there wasn't any damage or just slight damages in the track, and well done to Sergio Perez as well for giving such a huge donation to charity. He's a really good guy, and yeah, let's all pray for them, and let's hope everything goes back to normal in the future. But anyway, with all these talking, let's go to the first qualifying session.
Welcome back to the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez circuit, where qualifying will begin shortly. When it comes to getting lap time out of this circuit, it's traditionally been about maximizing top speed. Do you simply remove as much downforce as possible, hang on into the corners and max out down the straights?
The teams will have arrived with all manner of parts designed to capitalize on the long straights. The cars will be that much harder to drive in the corners, but everyone will be in the same boat.
So here we are in practice one, fresh from our practice session. Practice session didn't go too well, as you guys maybe saw there. We didn't pass in one or two of them, and yeah, things didn't look so good. And we just not get into Q2 right there. I think there was like 3 people who improved, and yeah, we've been knocked out just at the last moment of the session, and this is the second time it's happened in a row, so let's hope it doesn't happen again, because that can actually make our race much difficult than it should be. But I think this is the third to last race, so we're getting close to Season 2, which is pretty cool. McLaren Honda seems to be pretty good with the reputation, and
hey, how are you? I have some information
yeah,
on the race goals you should
we
keep in
did
mind.
I think we didn't change the engines for now. They were looking a bit yellowish, but we decided to leave it as it was. And yeah, as you guys know, I increased the difficulty as well, so it definitely should be a challenge for the Mexican Grand Prix.
And joining me amongst the cheers of the phenomenal Mexican fans, it's Anthony Davidson. And welcome along to this historic circuit. What an occasion this is.
Yeah, it's hard to believe when you see the passion this country has for the sport that Formula One was away from Mexico for so long. It's fantastic to be here, and let's hope that the race lives up to the party atmosphere we've got going. It's a real fast track, this. We get up to Monza levels of speed down the main straight thanks to the high altitude here at over 2,000 meters above sea level. And with that comes the challenge of having less downforce in the corners. So that makes it a really demanding circuit, both for the drivers and engineers.
So before the off, let's remind ourselves of yesterday's qualifying session with a look at the starting grid. Sebastian Vettel will start on pole. Fantastic qualifying from the multiple world champion. And it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Raikkonen, Max Verstappen and Magnussen, Ocon, Kvyat, Perez and Carlos Sainz, Grosjean and Sauber, Jolyon Palmer and Wehrlein, Stroll, Van Dorn, Nico Hulkenberg, and Fernando Alonso. Massa and Daniel Ricciardo rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
Okay, be wary of the cars ahead braking suddenly into one. We could ruin our race if we hit them. Good luck.
So P12 for the Mexican Grand Prix. I think it was a good idea to change the engine or gearbox actually earlier than others, so we're always starting in front of the other guys, it seems, so that's great. As you can see, guys, I'm just playing with the setup, I mean strategy, and I decided to just go with one because the tire wear test did not go too well, and well, didn't have any chance to do well for the tires. So lights out now, and away we go. We could start compared to Grosjean, who's but as we go into turn 1 now, everyone's going to be shuffled up, looking to overtake everyone, 3 wide, everyone. Grosjean gets a bit of a touch there with us, and we're up to P9 from the start. Incredible start from us. And as we go into turn 4 now, I think it is, we're going to be side by side with Grosjean once again. Look at the guys, look at the Force Indias in front of us actually, which are battling really hard, just like we saw in real life. But Grosjean, I think, gets the better run on us, and we're still battling with him. And we're gonna go on the track, and there's yellow flags, and we have crashed out with Magnussen. I apologize if I said Grosjean, but it was actually Magnussen who we were battling with. So we can see absolutely destroying his car. Our rival in the race, and if we go incredibly deep there, we have to have some brake problems. Well, a crash with our rival, that's not gonna do good for our reputation, I think. But anyway, lap 2 now, it's going to be, we're just behind our teammate, who's doing well in P15. I think he didn't gain or lose any positions, and yeah, we're getting pretty easily with fresh fuel mix, and we're gonna try and make a move on Massa too, but just about not hitting his the back of him right there. But lap 3 now, we're gonna go into lap 4 now. We're gonna try and use switch mix and DRS. DRS has been enabled. Using DRS, let's see how the straight line setup is going to work incredibly well, it seems, because we passed him incredibly easy down his inside on the long straight, which goes into 1. So P14 we're now currently. We did lose some positions at the start when we crashed with Magnussen, and when we went deep into the next one, but so we go now, continuing into lap 5. Our race engineer just came up to us and told us we can change the strategy. I don't know about you, but I was pretty, what do you say, I was pretty trustworthy with my engineer, and I decided to change my strategy to pit this lap. I don't know why they changed the strategy, probably because I was getting held up by these slow guys in front of me, but yeah, it's going to be a pretty good gamble for us. As you can see right there, our fuel is doing horribly wrong, not horribly wrong, our fuel is not doing too well. As we go into pits now, we're gonna lose a lot of positions going down to last place. This is a huge gamble for us, and we can actually lose if we are not too good with it. So lap 6 now, as we go into lap 7, we can see some people are coming in the pits, and which promotes us to P16 it seems like, as Ricardo comes out of pits behind us, and continuing now lap 8 up to P15 momentarily as Danny Ricciardo goes down our inside. We're not gonna give up, we're gonna go around his outside, and now we're gonna have the inside, and we get the move done for now. So our fuel's doing pretty good now, but continuing on now, still later in the lap, P15 we are, and as more people come into pits, we're gonna get promoted to P13 it seems like, as we're seeing so many cars in front of us who just came out of pits. But we're gonna have to worry about Ricardo now too, so not only the cars in front of us, we're gonna try and have a chance to pass them, but it's gonna be pretty difficult with Ricardo pressuring us like this in halfway of the race. Continuing on now, then Ricardo going around our outside, and he manages to get us, and it's going to be an easy pass for him, and we lose Peterson for now, as we go now into lap 10, passing the midway point of this race. You can see there's Hulkenberg behind us, and there's more people now coming to pits. We're up to P12, so lap after lap we're getting much closer to the points. But now lap 11, we are getting attacked by Hulkenberg, who has incredible Stirling speed. I'm gonna brake late, try and maybe go around his outside, but he blocks us off. And but now we have, I think that's Kvyat, who, well, quite vigorously passes us down our inside. So, well, 2 positions already lost, as Massa gets us 2, and we can see behind us there's 2 cars fighting. I think that's Lance Stroll and Stoffel Van Dorn. Continuing on now, lap 13. There's yellow flags, I wonder who it's for. There's a slow car right there, and it's for Jolyon Palmer. Unfortunately for him, he's not gonna finish a race one more time. Lap 14 now, where you can see Lance Stroll with his Mercedes engine, incredibly powerful. He locks up, and we try and hold the inside for this corner, push him a bit wide, and we get him for now, and he's going to be a bit hot-headed in his Williams seat. But lap 15 now, because he gets much better run into this corner. We're gonna hold this round the outside once again, as we always do, but he locks up incredibly well. He locks up and chip a huge amount of our front wing. He's gonna try and pass us now. We're not gonna let him, and as we go into the next corner now, we just about hold our position in front of Stroll, which is P15, as Van Dorn now gets in front of him. So he can block him for a couple of laps maybe, but his straight line speed is not going to do too well, as we get a radio there. I think Sebastian Vettel has retired from the Grand Prix, which is going to hamper his championship lead massively. And as we continue in the race now, Kimi Raikkonen wins it, and gives Ferrari a bit of hope in their constructors battle. But we can see Van Dorn is behind us now. I think Stroll had damage when he collided with us, and we had damage too. Surprisingly, he actually came in and not me. But we have Van Dorn now to worry about instead of Stroll. And the yellow flags, now we can see there's Vettel stranded in outside the track. But I think, oh look, that's Alonso now who's behind him. So this is a battle for P14 possibly. But I think our Sauber engine is a bit more powerful, as you can see all the celebrations of the Mexican people, as our tire was incredibly bad. But we're gonna cross the line in P14.
That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
That's a fantastic performance from Ferrari. It hardly looked in doubt. So, Ant, how exactly did they set themselves apart from the pack today?
Well, I think the track conditions just really suited their car today. Wind, track temperature, you name it. These cars come alive when the tyres are just at the right temperature. So the more easily you can keep them there, the better your race tends to go. And that's exactly what happened. Their car just looks so comfortable out there.
So, here they come now, out onto the podium. Wherever you go, anywhere in the world, the prancing horse flags are dominant in the grandstands, and they're out in force again today. It's Ferrari on the top step once more. So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. It wasn't the best weekend for our championship leader, and their advantage at the top has been reduced. Moving on to the driver of the day then. Anthony Davidson, who would you go for?
Lots of drivers impressed me today, Crofty, but I'd say the one who impressed me the most was Daniel Ricciardo.
On to the constructors then. Mercedes moved to the top of the table. After all this drama, you'd be mad not to join us for the next race. We hope to see you then. Take care.
So unsurprisingly, Daniel Ricciardo gets driver of the day, P20 to P18 at the end there. But Pascal Wehrlein, I think it's the first time he's ever outraced us. He finished P13, one position in front of us. He had a pretty decent race as well. I think it's his highest finish this season, but we're still standing P16 in the driver's table. Sauber still standing P9 in front of McLaren. There's a huge gap to the other guys, which are Haas, I think, which are in P8. There's like 40 points gap, 40 or higher points gap, which we are never going to reach by the end of the season. But P9 is pretty good for Sauber. But there we go. Our reputation with McLaren is looking extremely strong. And yeah, that was a pretty good race. I hope we don't fail the upgrade next time. And yeah, our engine's looking a bit worn out. But we're not gonna care about it for now. But if you did enjoy this video, guys, leave a like, subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.